In this video, we are going to explore the concepts and workflows for collaborating using Git Remote Repositories. Let's get started. Remote repositories are versions of your project that are hosted on the internet or on a network somewhere. They allow you to collaborate with other developers, back up your local repository, and share your code with the world. Think of it as a central hub where everyone's changes come together. Let's explore some common commands that are used while working with remote repositories. The first command is git remote. This command lets you view and manage remote repository connections. By typing git remote v, you can list all the remote repositories. To add a new remote repository, use the command git remote add origin, followed by the remote repository's address. The second command is git clone. This command is used to create a local copy of a remote repository. The command git clone followed by the address of the remote repository clones the repository to your local system. If you want to clone the repository to a specific folder, you can specify the folder name after the address. The third command is git push, which uploads local changes to the remote repository. To push commits to the remote, use the command git push origin main. Origin is the standard name given to the main remote repository, and main is the primary branch. To push all branches to the remote, use the command git push origin, all. The fourth command is git pull, which downloads and integrates remote changes into your local repository. To pull changes from the remote, use the command git pull origin main. This fetches and merges changes from the main branch of the origin remote. If you prefer to use rebase instead of merge, you can use the command git pull rebase origin main. The git clone command creates a complete copy of a remote repository on your local machine. When you clone a repository, Git downloads all the files and the entire commit history. It also sets up a remote connection called origin, which points back to the original repository. Additionally, it creates local branches that track the corresponding remote branches. Here are a few examples. The basic clone command is git clone followed by the repository's web address. If you want to clone the repository into a specific directory, just add the directory name at the end of the command. Remote branches are references to the state of branches in remote repositories. You can view these branches using the command git branch or to list all remote branches or git branch, to list all branches, both local and remote. To set up a local branch to track a remote branch, use the command git checkout b feature origin/feature. This command creates a new local branch named feature that tracks the feature branch on the origin remote. If you have an existing branch and want to set it to track a remote branch, use the command git branch origin/feature. The git push command uploads your local branch commits to a remote repository. Here are a few common push scenarios. To push the current branch to its tracking branch, simply use the git push command. To push to a specific remote and branch, use the command git push origin main. Replace main with the name of the branch you want to push to. To push a new local branch to the remote, use the command git push origin feature. This creates a new branch on the remote repository with the same name as your local branch and sets up the tracking relationship. The git pull command fetches changes from a remote repository and integrates them into your current branch. It's essentially a combination of git fetch, which downloads the changes, and git merge, which integrates the changes. Here are a few examples. To pull from the tracking branch, simply use the command git pull. To pull from a specific remote and branch, use the command git pull origin main. To pull with rebase instead of merge, use the command git pull rebase. Let's clarify the difference between git fetch and git pull. Git fetch downloads changes from a remote repository, but doesn't automatically integrate them into your working files. It's a safe operation because it doesn't modify your working directory. It allows you to review the changes before merging and updates the remote tracking branches. A typical workflow would be git fetch origin, followed by git diff origin/main to see the changes. On the other hand, git pull fetches changes from a remote repository and immediately integrates them into your current branch. It combines the fetch and merge operations into one command. This immediately updates your working directory. You can use rebase instead of merge with the rebase flag. For example, git pull origin main or git pull rebase origin main. Let's look at some best practices for working with remote repositories. Firstly, always pull changes from the remote repository before pushing your own changes. This avoids conflicts and keeps the history clean. Secondly, use branches effectively. Create feature branches for new work and keep the main branch stable. This helps with parallel development and makes code reviews easier. Thirdly, write meaningful commit messages. Clear commit messages help team members understand the changes. Include what was changed and why for better collaboration. Fourthly, regularly fetch updates using git fetch. This keeps you aware of remote changes without immediately integrating them into your working directory. Remember, communication is key when working with shared repositories. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.